I'm Joe Gigante filling in for Adam McManus. We're talking about to burn or not to burn. What do you say? 340-9585, 340-9585. I got to tell you, I honestly don't support burning the Quran, not because I think it's a holy book. I don't. I mean, I'll be quite honest with you. Can you imagine any other time in history of American war where the general would come out to chide, to single out a pastor of a Christian church with all of 50 members, to tell him he shouldn't do something? And look, I am not trying to delegitimize the real threat that Islam is to Christians in the Middle East and to our soldiers in the Middle East. But that threat is there no matter if he does this or not. And I think it's intellectually dishonest to try to pretend that this is the linchpin moment. Oh, there's going to be a spike in violence now. If it wasn't burning the Quran, maybe it'd be the new Miley Cyrus film that's coming out. Because now she's about to do a film where she engages in premarital sex, has a lesbian affair, and makes Planned Parenthood look good. So, again, let's a little bit discernment. Now, they might get angry about that. They'd be kind of justified for being angry about that. But Islam has proven to us they don't need a whole lot to get angry over. George Greer in Long Island, New York. Homeowner, family man, leaving his house to go take his cousin home, sees 5 members of a gang approaching the house, runs in, tells his wife, call the police, grabs his legal weapon, goes out to stop them. It escalates. They bring 20 more of their gang members, taunting him they're going to murder his wife and children. So he fires warning shots into the grass to scare them off, knowing that this would bring the police because of their sophisticated Big Brother technology. And they arrest and charge him for firing the weapon. The gang members were not charged. I ask you, did he do the right thing? I say he almost did the right thing, because I wouldn't have aimed for the grass. I got to tell you, if this happened in my home, I'd have aimed for some knees. Then the police could have arrested these thugs and sent them away. They threatened his life, his wife's life, his children's life, his house, his home. We have an obligation and duty to defend those. But then again, maybe you think I'm off base, and you can tell me by calling 340-9585. Elaine from New Braunfels. What do you say, Elaine? Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I crazy? What would you have done if this was your situation?
Okay.
We're going to take a break from the story about George Greer and defending his home from MS-13. Turn the page to talk about marriage. Joining me on the line is Maggie Gallagher, the chairman of the National Organization for Marriage. We appreciate you taking time out. I know you're very busy today, but I wanted to talk to you because I think it's that important, knowing the work that we call it NOM, but the National Organization for Marriage is doing. I'd like you to start by kind of just painting the picture of where we are in this debate for defending marriage as what it truly is and should be, one man and one woman.
Well, what's happened is that gay marriage advocates have stopped persuading people. Attack in a variety of ways anyone who stands up with clarity and courage and decency for an idea like to make a marriage you need a husband and a wife.
Thank you. I think that's a very good overview. What was amazing, and I have waded through some of those 100 pages, and it is it actually reminded me of when I read the healthcare bill, where I told people I was reading it so you didn't have to, because it was just painful to read it. But the assertions that this judge makes are just absurd, because first of all, there's no backing. It's almost if anyone remembers from Star Wars, they had the Jedi mind trick. They'd wave their hand, and all of a sudden, this is the reality. It's like he thinks he can sit there and just say, well, there's no difference between two men raising a child and a man and a woman. You don't need, religion is a threat to us. It's absolutely ridiculous. You also had a bus tour that went throughout a great part of the United States this summer that I think provided a great, a juxtaposition where you had people coming out celebrating marriage for what it was and what it is and what it should be. And it was a great, I think, really a polarization of seeing what NOM stands for and the work you're doing and the way people reacted. I mean, one of the videos that I saw on the 2millionformarriage.org website where people can sign your petition, there's a scene where your president, Brian Brown, is simply trying to speak. And he literally is being, accosted on the property where you're supposed to speak by the so-called tolerant same-sex marriage advocates.
Well, there are two great advantages.
Well, I'm a fiscal conservative. Look, we've got to turn this economy around. We do. I'm not saying we don't. We need to put people back to work. I was directly affected by this economic downturn. That started, by the way, under George W. Bush. Just a little fun fact people forget. The company I was working, I was the president of the company, closed without notice when our sole funder and owner pulled his money out because of the crash in the market. It put me and 59 other families out on the street with no warning. So I'm not speaking from some whited sepulcher. I've lived it. But we cannot fix what is wrong with us economically until we understand and fix what's wrong with our souls. You go and vote for that person you think's a fiscal conservative that doesn't pay any attention to those silly little things about marriage and babies. And let's see how that's doing for us. It worked real well with Arlen Specter. You remember old Arlen? Yeah, that's the guy that jumped over the Democrats. Skazafava in the New York 23rd District. Yep, she endorsed the Democrat. Oh, yeah, never. Susan Collins. Oh, wait a minute. She votes with the Democrats. What good is it to have these people in here? If they can lie to you about the sanctity of human life and the sanctity of marriage, they'll lie to you about your money, too. If they can take the life of your innocent child with a straight face, they have no problem stealing your money. And never, ever forget it. Because the minute you put your guard down and you think, well, this one time, I'll just do this one time, that's where it starts. And we're back to the slow boil of the frog. And that's somewhere I don't want to be. I would love to see our economy rebound, but not at the expense of innocent children and at the underpinnings and the foundation of our country, which is marriage. I want to quickly go to Ken, who's on from San Antonio. I believe he has a comment on the topic we were just speaking of, and I don't want to jump past it. Ken, what's on your mind?
Hey, how you doing, Joe? Thanks for bringing that up about Margaret Sanger. I wish that was in our history books. It'd be a horrible that the blacks were going to be the first majority minority.
No, they actually were. When she instituted her plan in the late 50s, early 60s, they were. As of, I think it was 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, it shifted, it changed. And that's, by and large, that is a direct result of what they did, instituting a mentality of contraception and abortion. It destroyed the black family and certainly destroyed millions of innocent children through abortion. And now they are targeting Hispanics. If you overlay a map with the population centers of, what ethnicities are in that particular area, and then you did a third overlay of abortion clinics, you will be not so shocked to find out that the vast majority of those clinics are there.
You don't see a Planned Parenthood in the best parts of San Antonio like Sonterra or Dominion area.